Hey guys, how's it going? Here we have shave number 6 with the 100-year-old blade, and this is actually yesterday's paper. If you can see that, Sunday the 15th. Today is Monday the 16th because my evening paper hasn't come yet, but I've already done my hot towel, and I actually put on some orange pre-shave oil that I got from Luxury Barber Box, and once again, I will be using my 1919 Gillette Bulldog razor, and for Porter, I have this to say. Let me hop up on the sink. I love driving it. It's so choice. I highly recommend picking one up if you have the means, because this is a fantastic razor. I love it, and it gave me a terrific shave the last time, so I am going to use it for this next shave. I'm using this gold glass. It's got a clear bottom. It's a gold shaving mug, along with my nice boar brush here. I'm going to be using this for my lather, and I'm using a shaving soap, and honestly, I forget the name of it. It was some sort of like Tranquility something shaving soaps. It's some sort of artisan type shaving soap, but it's sandalwood scented, and it's not bad. It's not super sandalwood. It has some other sort of earthy scents in it, but the thing that I really like about it is it gives a nice rich lather. Not a whole lot of not an excessive amount of glide, but it gives you a nice rich foamy lather. That with this blade you need a lot of cushion. I think the thing is you need more cushion than glide for this 100-year-old blade. I did not re-hone it since the last shave. I'm going to see if I can go maybe 10 shaves without re-honing it, because if I'm going to do 100 shaves, I don't really want to hone it more than 10 times. So we'll see what happens. Oh, what? Hey, I'm recording.
I got that to get it in the ditch.
Sorry, that was my son Tristan. That was for Caleb Allen, by the way. My son Tristan came in, and he said he needs to get in the ditch. So, not sure what that means, but I'll take it at face value. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this, just to get it a little bit more lather in there. Alright, so we have a nice lather, and I'll be doing a 2-pass shave again today. Just so you know, for the contest that I'm going to be doing where you guess the time, it will be a 2-pass shave. The clock, I'll be timing it with my trusty iPhone, and the clock will begin whenever I take the first stroke with the razor. So I will be using the modified Gillette slide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down at an angle, 45-degree angle, straight down. And I think that that's a terrific shave, especially with these vintage blades. It's fantastic, and it makes a world of difference. And I mean, you can just feel it's not nearly as tuggy. Not nearly as painful, because I'll tell you what, first couple shaves were sort of painful. But that extra angle on the blade just changes the whole game, and I highly recommend it. Now, one thing that I was thinking about. I've shaved with a lot of vintage blades, and I had mentioned that in one of the previous videos, but I didn't really go into any detail about it. I'm sort of a fanatic when it comes to old stuff. For those who don't know, I went to school for anthropology and I was going to be an archaeologist. I've been in Europe on digs. I've studied it. I worked in a museum. I did Iron Age and Bronze Age metal preservation. I've been around the block with old things, and I just have an overall love for old things. So when I see a 100-year-old razor or a 100-year-old blade, something tells me, boy, you know, that was made to be used. Now, if I found like an NOS razor, like an NOS twist open aristocrat, I wouldn't be shaving with that. But when it comes to other things like this razor here, the Bulldog, which is totally brassed out, and I'm thinking about replating it in gold. When I think of these razors and when I think of the technology behind them and the people who created them, I love them. And so I actually have made it a point to shave with a lot of vintage razors. I've shaved with almost every vintage razor in my collection. One that I have not had the pleasure of shaving with yet is actually this. This is for Frank Testagross. This is my cased Criterion. If you can see that, I don't know, but I got it, and then a friend loaned me a mongoose, so I tried the mongoose, and it was a terrific razor. I highly recommend them. So I didn't get a chance to shave with that, and then I began the 100 shave challenge with this 100-year-old blade. So I have not had a chance to shave with that Criterion. So when I'm done with these 100 shaves, I'm going to use the Criterion. Now, if you will notice what I'm doing here, I'm actually going against the grain. First pass on my neck. I was so impressed with the performance last time that I decided I'd go against the grain because I love having a smooth neck. Neck hair bothers me. It's itchy, it's uncomfortable. But anyhow, back to vintage blades. Best blade that I have ever used would be the Gillette blue blades, vintage-wise. I love using them in a 48 to 50 Aristocrat. One of the smoothest shaves that you can imagine, I think. I absolutely love it. It's one of my go-tos. It's something that I always keep in my rotation, and it's something that I absolutely love shaving with. It's just a really smooth shave. The blade, those Gillette blue blades, they're thicker than most modern blades, and they give you a really smooth shave, I think. So I like shaving with those. As a matter of fact, whenever I shave with my Aristocrat, I always use a blue blade. But I've used Super Blues. Super Blues, which came with the Fat Boy. I think they're junk. I think they're absolute junk. They were a Teflon coated blade. They were revolutionary in their day, and they said, "Oh, incredible shaving comfort, the Teflon coated blade." And I think they're garbage. I've shaved with them in a Fat Boy, and I've shaved with them in an Aristocrat, and I've shaved with them in a new manufacture safety razor, and I've given them plenty of shots because they were supposed to be great blades, but I just never liked them. Gillette Super Stainless. Pretty modern blade. I don't even really consider that much of a vintage blade. Decent, although Not one of my favorites. I wasn't really impressed with them. The spoilers, they call them. As far as the modern blades go, they're really, I think, sort of inferior. One of my favorite modern blades is the Gillette Silver Blue. I really like those. And Gillette Blacks. But by far, the worst. Sorry about the little pause there, but camera was full, memory-wise. Anyhow, the absolute worst shave that I've ever had with a vintage blade was with a still angle blade. For those of you who don't know what a still angle blade is, I'll have to dig one out and show you, but it's this weird, crooked, trapezoidal type blade. It's a proprietary blade made for a razor. It says for all safety razors, but it's definitely not. I put it in my old type, and it hung out on the ends, and I sliced myself like right there, and it was not good. It was not pleasant, so I don't recommend that. But I have a love for all things old, and I love trying old things. And I recommend, if you're an adventurous type, go for it. I'll be perfectly honest, with this razor blade here, this 100-year razor, I have been pleasantly surprised time and time again. It's not bad. It really isn't. Other than the good whack right there that I gave myself the other day, it has been a decent razor, a decent blade, and for what they had back in the Victorian era, that was quite an advancement. So, I will leave you there today, and I will tell you this, after the contest on the 21st is over, I can tell you that I'm going to have another contest, because I've been thinking up some other things, and I'm going to have a couple more things to give away, and I think it's going to be sort of fun, sort of exciting, and we'll see what happens. So, until next time, shave on and be a winner, not a sinner. Take care, guys.